So, welcome to Sound On, where we talk about real issues that matter to young professionals today. For this episode, we're diving into a topic that's been all over TikTok, Facebook, and work group chats lately. So, AI and BPO jobs. So, currently, the Philippines is one of the world's largest BPO hubs with 1.3 million Filipinos working in call centers, customer support, and outsourced services. Many of these workers are millennials and Gen Z, people supporting their families, studying, and planning their futures. But here's the concern: the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, recently warned that 14% of jobs in the Philippines are at risk of automation due to AI. Because of this, the Philippine government has approved a national plan to upskill 340,000 BPO workers and students every year to make sure that the workforce adapts and not gets replaced. The training is being coordinated with tech companies and industry leaders focusing on AI assisted work, not displacement. So the conversation is changing from will AI kill jobs to how do we evolve with AI? And to help us understand what's actually happening inside the industry, we're joined by someone with more experience or real on the ground experience in BPO, Miss Ezra Panganiban. So Ezra, welcome to
Mhm.
Sound On. Thank you so much for being here today. Kumusta ka?
Mabuti. Nervous. And I'm here. Thank you for inviting me to answer a few questions today regarding
Okay.
AI and how it's being used right now and how it's going to affect the um, the BPO industry. But of course, these are just my opinions, so be good to me.
Okay. So can you tell us more about your experience in the BPO industry?
So I've had 1 year experience with Sykes under tech support and also under tech support with 24/7 AI before transitioning to a new company, which is no longer a BPO industry. But that's it.
hmm So now the big question is, do you think AI will replace BPO jobs? What is your honest take based on what you're seeing inside the industry?
Well, some of the repetitive tasks will definitely be. I think that will be replaced, and some LOBs. I think it will the AI will be leveraged in. For some LOBs that might be retained, but although some LOBs might be retained as well by AI, I think that the first LOV that will be affected would be the tech support because right now we're already
Mm-hmm.
seeing it in other companies where they're using, for example, they're using an automated system to answer our questions
Mm-hmm.
with regards to tech support. Like, for example, in Conversion Globe, if you call them and have an existing internet issue, you'll be received by an AI sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, if it's not resolved, they go back to the uh,
Mm-hmm.
customer service agent. So definitely, but definitely, I think the most affected LOB would be the tech support at this time. But
Mm-hmm.
for the other LOBs, I don't see much. I think they'll be retained.
Mm. I think
It'll
you
be the same thing. Sorry, go ahead.
I think you made an important point there because the conversation online, if you would read through different materials online, like articles and all that, social media, the conversation online often sounds like the end of the world, but the reality is more nuanced, right?
Yes, that's right.
Mhm.
There's room for AI, but it's definitely not going to be able the genuine connection that customer service agents are able to create. I think that's the main point here. Um, that's it. That's for me.
And aside from, because you mentioned the more on the writing or what you call that tech support, which is more on the text side, is more likely to be affected. Which do you think are the roles that continue to be very much needed?
My partner and I we've been discussing this earlier. We were thinking that um, the well the LOBs that would probably retain would be, of course, the retention part, the
Mhm.
retention,
What is
um,
LOB?
line of business. Uh,
Mm.
I think that the retention, what else? Forgot what else there was. Hold on, just think about it. So definitely any of the LOBs that would require, yeah, magicians. So
Mm.
magicians, retention. Um, I think those are definitely the areas that will be retained because you need to deal with customers' emotion for that, and you need to have a genuine connection with the customers to feel what they're feeling or to express empathy and their
Mm.
situations. So I think those are the LOBs that will be retained
Mhm.
at this time. Sorry, I've been gathering my thoughts because it's been a
It's all right.
while.
Okay.
So
Mhm. As you were saying.
magicians and magicians. What else? So on the sales part as well, I think they will be retained because you'll have to eventually push people to. You have to upsell your product, right? So I don't think they're
Mhm.
gonna be affected as well. So I think that's
Mhm.
it for tension, magicians, and
Mhm.
sales.
And
They'll be
that's the
retained.
final. So, about the skills, many of our listeners work in support, sales, or customer handling. So, what skills should BPO workers start learning now so they can stay relevant and adaptable as AI tools increase?
Mm, for BPO workers, I think they should start learning more about the customer centered skills like empathy
Yeah.
statements, rapport, and building rapport. And I've seen a lot of lessons online that
Mm-hmm.
provide techniques on how to build rapport with the customer.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's even available in LinkedIn Learning. So
Mm-hmm.
you might want to check out those options. What else? Um, let's see. This goes game. So those are anything that would be concerning decision making as well. AI is there to support you. It will provide you all the pros and cons. When you try to use AI, ask questions on AI, you'll be provided with options, and then he can give you the best options and the other options. You'll be provided with two options, and then the decision is up to you. You can always let your customer know about what's best for them as well based on your experience. So anything that will require um, the critical thinking, right? And
Mm-hmm.
handling of emotions. I think those
Mm,
are
exactly.
lessons that they
Mm-hmm.
may be able to leverage or use in their current role to be better in
Mm-hmm.
their current. That's it.
Mm-hmm. That's really encouraging. So it means we are not powerless, and I think also the key here is adapting and not fearing.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
It's
at the end of the day. So,
in.
mhm.
Go ahead. Sorry. Now I was
So,
thinking that in our workplace right now, we there was when we first encountered or had our AIs added in our process, it wasn't
mhm.
meant to replace anyone in the team. It is more on supporting you or making the repetitive task easier. So you'll depending on how you use it, it will be helpful on your role. And for example, if you're from my current perspective, I'm no longer in the BPO industry, but I'm able to use it um, for searching information, but not really to replace my role with
Mhm.
talking with my customers or having a conversation with my customers so that they can have the correct decision at the end of the day. So that's it.
Okay. So now let's talk about something very human. So, what are the strengths of Filipino BPO workers that AI simply cannot replace?
Filipino traits. Well, Filipinos are family centered, and this trait is sometimes carried on to their workspace and to their customers as well. So if you're on the phone with a customer, well, definitely, and if you're trying to connect with the customer, you'll definitely be able to reach out to them. Well, a lot of the times, we are able to share our experiences with the customer. So if, for example, you are dealing with a customer that's having issues with their internet or their loved ones, connecting to their loved ones on a very special day, then you'll be able to empathize on the situation.
Mhm.
So because you are family centered and you know what's happening, so definitely about for Filipinos, I think it would be the families, the the trait of the Filipino where they are family centered, and that they care. So
Mhm.
in other countries, I'm not gonna have. I don't want to say this, but you know, when you're out of when you're already at 16 or 18, is that 16 or 18? 16. 18, you'll have to go on your way. You are gonna be an individual person. You're gonna live your life and uh, um try to be independent. But in the Filipino scene, it's not like that. You'll still be connected. So I think that's mostly that's the trait that we have, family centeredness.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
That's
in
great
that
to know.
means, since we're caring and warm people, we're able to empathize with the customer, and I think that
Mhm.
makes it easier for them to open up to their problems and to calm down. Sometimes to calm down.
Yeah, Filipinos can easily calm others down. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So this is my last question for our very short but very fun filled with learning podcast. So, what would you
Mm.
say to someone who is genuinely anxious about the future?
The future, definitely AI will be there. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd say learn the AI, upskill. Um, the moment you learn how to use AI, it will definitely increase your knowledge and quality of your work. It's gonna if you have an ongoing work, it's gonna make it even better because it's gonna give you additional information. Now, it could even give you tips, especially about the processes and technical side of the industry. So just
Hey,
upskill. Don't treat it as an enemy. Be the one who trains the AI because AI is still a learning tool. So AI also learns from us.
true.
so so um, I often heard it that some of definitely will some line of work will definitely be replaced by AI. But if you're the one training it, or if you're the one training your AI, then you don't have to fear being replaced. So that's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Ezra, for sharing your experience and insights. To everyone listening, AI isn't here to replace us, but it will require us to grow. The future belongs to who adapt and not those who panic. So don't fear AI. Learn to work with it regardless what job you're in. Your value is in your empathy, your judgment, your creativity. These things are these things are no machine can authentically copy. So this has
Yes.
been Sound On. Thank you for listening and see you in the next episode. Bye.